Hey guys, so I'm outside enjoying this amazing weather. Um, but I wanted to have a conversation and talk about this young lady I'm about to dive deep into. I want to go ahead and issue a trigger warning. And this is not a judgment of the situation at all. It's just looking into, the church, looking into the things that some are doing within the church and the pain that it causes people. And some people can live through it and some people can't. And this is the story of a young lady that recently unalived herself. Um, Actually, it was this weekend, and I want to talk about her. Okay, first and foremost, when I heard about this young lady's story, child, I went straight to learning and reading about her story. Cause honey, this some church motherfucking shit here. Listen. So this here is Eternity Phillips. Her real name is Tarika James. She was raised in Garner, North Carolina. I think it is Garner, North Carolina, which is close to Raleigh. I happened to stumble on her videos on her YouTube channel. I happened to just type in something spiritual, and she came up. Eternity Phillips, an introduction to the true confessions of a teenage mistress. This right here will have you in a fucking chokehold listening to things that she was telling that was happening with her and the first lady of a church. Yeah. Now let's get into it. So the first lady here in the circle, the first lady of her childhood church in Raleigh, North Carolina, um, this here is where Tarika alleges that their relationship was more than what it was. They had a relationship for decades, and baby, it started off when she was younger and it spanned years and caused a lot of significant emotional and psychological trauma for Tarika. And she sadly ended her life over this weekend. And she posted videos on her Facebook account where she experienced, starting at the age of 18, abuse. Now that she was older, she kind of like looked at it as abuse. I think really telltale, she had really fallen in love with this first lady. She also talks about on her YouTube channel how for a moment she sat with her mom and told her mom about the relationship that she has been holding on to for 22 years, y'all. She talked about like a trip to New York. Allegedly, she recounted this trip with her and her mother, the pastor, and other church members, during which allegedly they engaged in intimate acts with her in a hotel room, her and the first lady in a hotel room, while her mother was out shopping. Someone overheard them, okay? Heard the encounter. Two of the church members reportedly overheard them doing the do, and one later warned Tarika that what's done in the dark comes in the light. This is from the YouTube channel, Our Last Conversation. She did state that the last communication with her and the pastor was in 2018. She stated that she reached out, wanting to get an acknowledgement and confront the pastor regarding the pain inflicted upon her. Instead, the pastor told her that she needed to let it go and move on, and that nothing would change concerning her past if she didn't let it go. She said she prayed about her, and evidently that's all she needed to do was pray it away, honey. We were supposed to talk once more that she stated her and the pastor, but they never spoke again after that conversation. Guys, we're going to fast forward to 2024. In November 2023, Tarika continued and expressed that she had allegedly given the pastor her virginity, her heart, and her soul. Y'all, this young lady done fell deeply and truly in love with the pastor. She stated, Tarika, that she would have devoted her entire life to happiness and growth with the First Lady if she had accepted it, which tells me that Tarika was so hurt, but so in love that this took place. She probably felt used to me. And she did state that 2 decades after that, that she had grown and learned that abuse does not always manifest as physical violence. It can often be more subtle and coercive. She highlighted that the power and authority held by individuals in positions of influence can enable predators to exploit their victims. Yeah. This young lady kept the relationship secret to protect the pastor, the first lady. She acknowledges that their involvement was totally wrong, and that if it were to be revealed, she would be blamed for her gay spirit, not the pastor to be blamed for attaching herself and having relations with this young lady. Not that, but her gay spirit. You know what, y'all? Tarika's testimony sheds a lot of light on the often overlooked issue of abuse within the church, within the religious settings of the church. It just shows when the First Lady moved on with her life, leaving Tarika behind. Tarika experienced deep depression and contemplated suicide and finally committed it as well. Um, it wasn't until they sought professional help she tried and began the process of healing, tried to confront the reality of what was happening in her life. Tarika tried to stay on the spiritual journey outside the confines of the church that um, had her so much embroiled in pain, and you could see it in this on this clip right here. She was trying to find peace. She was trying to find a healing, but I think in all too, I think Tarika was setting it up as she did. She was setting up her story, and she probably could just not take anymore. I'm sure she faced so much consequences for the actions, um, backlash for speaking out, fears for speaking out. This young lady told her truth. Again, tragically, Tarika Eternity took her own life shortly after making her final post. This is her description on her YouTube channel. It talks about her healing. It talks about a lot about um, just her mindset of her trying to release all of this pent up pain from the church, basically. And I know, I know for anybody that comes on my post, I know all the churches are not like this, but this is a representation of one, honey. She also posted a text messages of her and the first lady that I'm going to show now. Pause to read. Yeah, go and watch this young lady's story on YouTube. This young lady shares her truth even in her death. And it emphasizes that there is no expiration date on the impact that abuse has on its victims and their loved ones. She talks her testimony on her YouTube. Y'all go and look at this young lady, lift her up because she's left her legacy. Bye, y'all. Hope you enjoy.